So what's up everyone? Welcome to Capital City Art Adventure. My name is Julian, and in this video, the next capital city we're about to draw in this video is going to be Nassau, the Bahamas. Yes, finally, at last, we get to draw a national capital for the first time since Cuba's capital, Havana. That was all the way back in September of 2022, so geez, months ago. We're still drawing our butt off with these Caribbean capitals. We still got a lot more, a long way to go. It's tiring, as always, but to me it's a lot of fun. You know, everyone got their own interests. I have my own interests. I do play video games. I do make art. We're not giving up. We're not quitting. I am far from quitting. We are far from finishing these Caribbean capitals. We're going to move on to the other side of the world. We're probably going to work on the East Asian capitals. I kind of want to go back and forth, jumping from one side of the hemisphere to the other, and then back to that hemisphere, and then the other. Kind of like a zigzag movement. Nassau will probably take a little while to draw. We're going to take our time. You know, I am patient enough to do this drawing from start to finish. I will use my face cam. And by the way, I can't forget to any of the Americans, happy post-Memorial Day. This video is uploaded on the day after Memorial Day, but it's recorded on Memorial Day. Yeah, let's go ahead and start drawing Nassau. Without any further ado, let's go ahead and get to work. Nassau, a lovely capital city part of the island of New Providence. As the biggest out of all of the towns in the Bahamas, it has over 70% of the country's population, and the other 30% goes to the rest of the country. I just noticed something. A coincidence. Yes, you're asking me, what coincidence? 70% of the world is water, obviously, and the 30% of it is land. Now we got 70% of the people in the Bahamas live in Nassau, 30% live somewhere else in the Bahamas outside of the national capital. But Nassau wasn't always called Nassau. Let's rewind to the year 1670. A group of Brits gave birth to the town. Literally, one person is able to give birth in reality. Nassau was previously called Charlestown, which is named after this dude. Too bad those filthy Spanish murdered the town 14 years later. Sons of biscuits. Now fast forward to those 11 years. The town came back from the dead like a bunch of Walking Dead zombies and got a new identity, Nassau. The name is an honorary for this dude that was part of a European dynasty called this. Nassau name actually came from the German town according to Wikipedia. Nassau was being a puppet because it keeps getting controlled by the Spanish and the French forces. Before the Bahamas was a country in the year 1973, thanks to the Great Britain, by the way, it was lacking a strong governor, but one man came, saw, and conquered the Bahamian ships. It's this man, and he gave birth to a base called Republic of Pirates in early 18th century. Piracy is where you rob or steal goods to see if they're valuable. Not talking about the piracy where you steal somebody else's work. You know, the copyright infringement, that's another name for piracy. These pirates created an infestation in Nassau. However, the British slayed the infestation of piracy in the year 1718, and Republic of Pirates was gone. Poof. The Bahamas was made a British colony at that time. 2 years later, the Spanish tried to capture Nassau and its island from the British, but they ended up choking. During the American Revolution, Nassau was hitting puberty. Structures were built, streetlights were added, and so on and so forth. During the year in which the Americans declared independence from Great Britain, or the Brits, Americans briefly occupied Nassau. Geez Louise, the amount of times these places getting invaded by a thing. What the hell has this world come to? It's like, you know, for instance, we got Russia invading Ukraine. It's still going on to this day. The Spanish tried to capture Nassau again. Wow, how greedy are they? this time, they got successful, but the British were like, nah, give us back our land, go home Spain. Nassau was part of this trading movement during the US Civil War. Ships would arrive and leave from Nassau and other places with ports in the southern coast. Nassau and the country are one of those Caribbean places that's the closest to America. The town is nowadays a tourist destination for a warm, peaceful, adventurous feel. Nassau is the birthplace or the hometown of these celebrities. Some are deceased and some are still alive. After drawing Nassau, the Bahamas, we drew a total of 125 capital cities for the series. Let's keep the number going, let's keep on raising that bad boy. Okay guys, here's the finished capital city drawing of Nassau, the Bahamas. Yes, we are free from drawing these Bahamian capitals. It feels really good to draw. I believe there's a total of 19 Bahamian capitals, like what I mentioned in the past. This is supposed to be like a luxury hotel. I think it's called Paradise Hotel and Casino. Not only it's a hotel, but there's also a casino inside. Quite frankly, this place looks really nice. This makes me want to visit the Bahamas, and it's one of my mom's dream vacations actually. She either wants to go to the Bahamas or Jamaica. I don't know if I really trust going to the Caribbean. There's definitely some homicides in the Caribbean, you know, Puerto Rico, Kingston, Jamaica, there's a lot of homicides there, so it's gonna be kind of risky going, but there's definitely some good side of the Bahamas. You know, we got the lovely water, the beautiful water, the palm trees and plants and all that stuff, like what you're seeing in this drawing right now. We got the sky, another hotel in the background to your right. I love this like little bridge here that's connecting. I'm guessing this is like a bridge, you know, if you don't feel like swimming, if you're trying to avoid getting wet, you know, to make things easier, you could just walk across or run across. I mean, why would someone try to run across? I don't know. It depends on the scenario they're in, you know, the situation they're in. I'm guessing this is like a beach here, like sand. Maybe this is where people would swim. I don't know if it's really the best place to swim in because there's like algae, whatever this type of like stuff, the dark spots are in these types of water. But yeah, I love how this turned out. We spent roughly 2 hours. I mean, I told you guys that I was gonna take my time, so we definitely took our time. Approximately 6 months drawing these 19 Bahamian capitals since like December of 2022. Jeez, that is kind of atrocious. I feel like I could have finished these Bahamian capitals way sooner. But that's what happens when you slow down with an art series for a YouTube channel and for the red platform. That's what I get for feeling burned out a lot. Like what I mentioned earlier in this video, I am far from giving up. We are like too far from giving up. You know, there's plenty of fun capitals to draw. Definitely some bad ones in my opinion. I don't know. I just love doing this. There might be some people that are gonna ask a lot of questions to me, why I do this and all that stuff, yada yada yada. What makes me want to do these cityscape drawings and landscape drawings, so on and so forth. Here's the finished drawing of Nassau, the Bahamas. I don't know what's gonna be the next Caribbean country that we're gonna work on. Either Haiti or the Dominican Republic, since both of those countries, two of those countries are connected to each other, you know, sharing the same island in the Caribbean region, so that's to be decided. I got too many choices and too many things to draw, too many capitals to draw, so, you know, it's up to me. I don't have you guys do the choosing. I just choose for myself. There could be other territorial capitals in the Caribbean region to draw, so yeah. That is going to be the end of this video. Stay tuned for more content, and I hope this video was quite enjoyable to watch. Feel free to subscribe to this channel. Feel free to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Oh, and also, feel free to follow my Facebook page. And thank you very much for watching. I appreciate your time.